I've known Baba for the last 8 years, and today I want to share an experience which is very near and dear to my heart. It is through this experience that I have learned who Baba is, and I've learned about his like divinity. So I came into the Baba fold through Shirdi Baba. That's how I always knew. So when I have went to like the Sai centers, I used to see like Sathya Sai Baba's pictures, but I would see, and I also know all about like the avatars, and I have a theoretical understanding, but I kind of never knew who this person was and what I was dealing with. So in the middle of the pandemic, that's when one day I really called out to like the universe or God or spirit or Baba, however we that I really want to understand what all this is about. I have been in the spiritual search for a long time. So I want to know if this is something I wanted like proof. I started like really looking for it. And they always say when the student is ready, the master appears. So that was my experience as well. So when I called and yearned for it, I started getting a lot of dreams of Baba. So every dream would almost be like an in-person interaction. Baba would come and say, start the day with love, fill the day with love, end the day with love. He would talk about equanimity. I used to get dreams almost like every other day. And I was really fascinated by it. And I thought, oh wow, this is like all like amazing. And for someone who's got a lot of dreams in many different ways over the years, I found it very fascinating. And but I didn't know like how all the dreams and the real world and the physical world is all like connected. But I one day I had the dream of Baba, and as usual, Baba came in the dream and he told me about like equanimity and all that. So it was around the time I was living in SF, so I had this habit of going to a new coffee shop every week. So I went to this coffee shop, and after that, when I stepped out, I saw this place where they were selling all the energy stones and chakra meditation and all those type of ornaments. I was really fascinated by all these things. So I went into the store out of curiosity. But in my heart, for the first time, I realized that now I actually have a guru, right? I don't have to be dependent on these angel numbers or the chakras and stones anymore. So that was my inner voice and inner thinking, and I felt very peaceful. There was no one in that store, and there was one elderly person who was at the cashier, and he asked me if I was looking for something. I told I was not looking, I was just like checking out. And then I walked up to him and he just like started talking, and he asked me like how do I like all these stones and all that. And I told I find them very fascinating because I get drawn to energy. And then like when we were like talking in the middle of the conversation, he said like I wanted to gift you something. And I was a bit taken aback, and I was like thinking, um, I was confused. So, but he said like I really want to give you something. So he gave me a white colored stone, and he said like whenever you feel down, use this to like wipe out all your negative energy. And I said like thank you, and I took my phone out to make a payment, and it was actually the first time I had a picture of like Baba on my phone as a wallpaper. So when I took my phone out and when I was about to make the payment, I saw this person, and this person was like crying. He was like tearing in front of my eyes. And I have never seen, an elderly person cry like that in front of me. So I was like taken aback a little. And I was thinking, did I do something to offend him? And I even like asked him, I'm sorry, did I do something to offend you? Like, what happened? And he told me something that was like, it was really, really fascinating. And more than anything, it just helped me understand like how everything is connected. He said, after like 20 years, I got a dream of Baba today morning at 5 o'clock. And in my dream, he said, um, today I will send you one of my students, and he will come to your place. And he told today morning, and you are here in front of me, and you have this picture. So I find this moment very overwhelming, and that's why I'm like hearing it. I found this moment like very divine and beautiful as well. And then I started like learn a little bit about his experience. So he mentioned that he used to live in like South Africa, and about like 20 years ago, when he was a small kid, about 10 years old, he used to go with his sister to another household where they would sing like bhajans and all these different types of chanting. And he said like that's where he knew of this person, but he never had any connection for the past 20 years. And today, out of the blue, he came in the dream, and then he told, I and you are here. So he told me that, and I think that it was his profound experience. And I also thought like that helped me understand how everything is connected. I would always think, we have these dreams and everything coming, Baba's talking, but is this all like real? Is this all like, what is it, right? But this experience, when your experience is also connected in someone else's dream, that's when you know that like it's Baba's omnipresent, right? He's everywhere and he's through everything. And sometimes your experience is also what another person has been yearning for a long time. So it was a very beautiful, heart touching moment. And like I went back home, and next day when I woke up, I still felt like the moment was so surreal. I thought like maybe what happened yesterday was not even like real. Maybe I was imagining. And it was my monkey mind always like questioning these things. But then like that was in that moment I realized that I saw the stone that he gave to me, and for me I always have that as the evidence that whatever I experienced was like real, and it's always with me. So I felt very grateful to have had this experience. And when I look back in life, every time I have difficulty connecting with Baba, and even when we go through personal challenges, I feel like some of these experiences the anchor which always draws me back, and then makes me realize that there is something much beyond. There is a love. There is a God who is always there with you, in you, around you.